All right, welcome to day one of what is going to be the growth operating crash course. I'm back in Thailand, sweating my balls off filming this video. But starting today, I'm going to be dropping the most amount of value that is anywhere online when it comes to growth operating, because I'm going to be releasing one of these videos every single day, probably for at least a month, breaking down the most scalable online business model that there is, growth operating. There's a lot that goes into it, hence why I wanted to do this kind of like crash course format and setup. But for today, I just need one thing, and that is your attention. Because if you can't watch this video all the way through, then you are just destined to be broke, because this has the ability to completely change everything for you and change your perspective on the online space and just making money in general. But for this video, I just want to start off with some basics, some expectations I expect from you, and to really kind of just give you like a full overview of growth operating so you have a full understanding and you know exactly what you're getting into. Okay, I had to move inside because it was just way too hot out there to sit any longer, but this is going to be the start of the crash course, day one, the starting of the learning. I'm going to give you an overview first of all of what you can expect from the entire crash course, and then we're going to get into the start of the learning and looking at actual like what growth operating is and giving you the full understanding. It's really important that you watch this video the entire way through because it's going to break down everything you need to know for the coming month and for the coming days throughout the crash course. So first of all, like I mentioned today, I really just want to give you the overview and the understanding of what growth operating is. Even if you think you understand what it is, it's important you watch this the entire way through because honestly, there's so many misconceptions when it comes to growth operating. So it's really important you have the full understanding and you know what you're getting into going into this essentially. But firstly, who is this even for? Well, if you've been trying to make money online, maybe you've had your first bit of experience making money, maybe you've been successful and you've got to your first few thousand a month online, but you feel like you have a ceiling above your head and something feels capped, this is for you because I'm going to be breaking down everything with growth operating that allows you to scale beyond having a ceiling above your head and moving into one of the most leveraged online business models. And the reason you probably feel like you have a ceiling above your head and that you're capped is the main problem with most online roles, and that is you can make money with them. You can make a little bit of money, but you can't scale them. It isn't scalable, and that's because most online roles have a built-in ceiling, and that is the fact that they keep you trading your time for money. Even if you think, oh, I'm not trading my time for money, I guarantee you in an essence that you actually are. But whereas with growth operating, it's completely different. It completely flips the switch on that. And that is the fact that it's so leveraged because it allows you to scale with results. It's down purely to the results you can deliver with your clients and completely unrelated to the amount of time that you invest. And that means you have completely uncapped earnings because it doesn't matter how many hours you spend a day working, your earnings aren't tied to it. So you can have a like zero cap basically on how much you can make. And not only that, clients actually want you to win with growth operating as well. They want you to be successful and they want you to be making as much money as possible. And I'm going to be breaking that down a little bit later in this video, okay? But what I'm actually going to be giving you inside of this crash course and inside of everything that I'm going to be teaching throughout these coming days and throughout the coming videos is firstly, I'm going to give you the exact systems that have been allowed me to basically generate nearly 8 figures in revenue for my clients that have allowed me to travel the world at 19. Here's a few photos. And allowed me to also build and run a 6-figure info agency that generates tens of thousands every single month remotely. Like I said, I'm living out here in Thailand currently. And also this allowed me to work with dozens of coaching businesses and have dozens of clients that I've worked with since being a growth operator. And I'm going to be giving you all the systems for this over the coming days and throughout the crash course. You're going to get the exact system so you can replicate it and so that you can build the same journey as that I have. But this is not going to be a make money online course because I'm telling you right now, you are not going to get rich overnight doing this. You're not going to get rich in a week, 2 weeks, probably even your first few months doing this. And that is the fact you're building a real scalable business. So if you're getting into this, you need to know what you're getting in. This isn't going to be, oh, I'm going to make money overnight. I'm going to start earning millions by next week. That isn't the case. You're building a real scalable business. It takes time and there's a lot of work that goes into this. And what I'm going to be teaching you is positioning and how to build and expand your skill sets so that you can provide a lot of value to coaching businesses and so that the facts you can even get in the position to be building this business and to be making money. But this is going to be a full system, and this isn't something, like I mentioned, you can't figure this out overnight. There's a lot of work that goes into this. So if you half watch this course, it won't work for you. You need to watch everything from start to finish, the entire way through, to have the full understanding and knowing how to actually implement all the systems that I'm going to be teaching here. So if you can't commit to that, if that isn't something you can like accept, then the door is right here for you to leave. You can leave right now. You can stop watching. This is your opportunity to go because there is a lot of work for this. But if you are willing to lock in with this and this is something that you want to make work for yourself, by the end of this sort of crash course, this is everything you will have achieved and everything you will know. First of all, you'll know exactly everything about growth operating, the model, running an info agency, what it actually looks like, how to start with it, how to close clients, how to actually generate revenue for those clients, and then how to turn it into a real scalable business, something that you can keep running for the long term and something that can allow you to achieve results similar to that I have been able to get so far for myself. But let's just start off with a little bit of an overview about what growth operating is. So in essence, what growth operating technically is, it's running the back end of a business. And these specifically are going to be businesses, the people you're going to be working with are going to be coaches, consultants, content creators, online education companies. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to be running the entire back end for them. You're going to be running the sales funnels, the marketing funnels, all of the systems basically on the back end when it comes to the actual business. And what they're essentially responsible for is driving traffic, having a following, and having people that are ready to turn into sort of paying customers, and it's your job to turn these people into paying customers. So yeah, like I mentioned, most online creators, they're not beginners. Most online coaches, they're not beginners. They know how to build a following. They already have an audience. They already have an attention, and they already have authority as well. People trust them. People see them as an authority figure in the space. But what they do have and what they don't have essentially is they have no proven system, they have no clear funnel, they have no sales process, they have no back-end structure. So essentially what they have is they have a big audience, they have a big following, but they don't have any sales. They don't have any back-end sort of like operations and a proven system, which is going to turn their audience and their following into a profitable business and into consistent sales. So that's exactly where you step in, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many views you get as a coach, as a creator, as a consultant, how much attention you have, that doesn't equal revenue. Like attention doesn't equal revenue. Back-end systems and the back end of the business and the actual like business itself is what turns like that attention into revenue, and that's exactly where you step in as a growth operator. You partner with creators or coaches who have an audience, but they don't have consistent sales, or maybe they're making like a little bit of money online, but they don't really have a proven system, which is going to allow them to take their business to the next level. And essentially what your job is to bridge the gap between them. You're the person that takes them from having an audience, but no consistent sales without a proven system, to running a profitable business for them as their growth operator. And that's exactly where you step in. Okay? Yeah, so exactly, that's where you enter. Basically, you become the bridge between their audience and the revenue. You're going to be managing their sales systems, their funnels, their CRM, their operations. Basically, like this is like an overview of everything a growth operator would technically do, like on like a day in and day out basis kind of stuff they would be handling. They might be managing appointment setters and remote closers, so managing the sales team. They might be helping to improve conversions within the sales team or within different parts of the funnel and the overall business. They're just structuring the process in general, okay? Like just making sure that everything has structure and everything's organized and that there's a clear system. You'll be building out funnels for them. So this might be like websites, running webinars with them. And these are what this is what turns like an audience into a potential customer, and someone that we can potentially sell is through a marketing funnel. Then you're going to be working with them to help them like increase their lead flow. So through paid ads and through other like mechanisms through organic funnels as well, specifically helping them improve their lead flow. You're going to be helping them position that offer, and position that offer means like the actual product itself. You're going to be making sure their product aligns with our marketing and with everything that we're actually saying about it, and making sure we're like selling the right product for our audience. You're going to be like running some automations for them, so making sure everything in the back end is efficient and running smoothly. Tracking, so you're going to want to track everything for the business, making sure that you know all of the data, so there aren't any like holes in the business anywhere, and you know what all the bottlenecks are at all times, so you can continue focusing on growing that company and making more money with them, and just basically all of the systems overall that is needed to run the business. Essentially what you do is you bring everything together. You're the person, you're kind of like the CEO in the company who brings everything together, make sure that the business actually has structure, it has a system which is going to be making money, and you're sort of the one that manages everything. And look, I know this sounds hard. Like, it sounds hard. Like, looking at this, there's a ton of stuff that goes into growth operating, and that is because it is. Like, growth operating is not easy. This is going to be a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff for you to learn, but that's the point of this crash course, and that's exactly why I'm filming this video and why I'm going to be continuing to film the videos for like every day that's coming to teach you all of this. I'm going to be giving it away for free. There's a lot that goes into it, but that's the point of this crash course, and I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know throughout this entire period so that you can, by the end of it, you can run a scalable business and essentially know how to be a high-level growth operator. For today, that's everything I wanted to cover. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what you can expect from this entire crash course, what actually growth operating is, and kind of where you come in working with coaching businesses. In the next video, what we're going to look at tomorrow is we're going to be understanding how you actually get paid as a growth operator, understanding revenue share, how that works with a business, how you actually price your services with these companies, and how you position yourself as a growth operator so that you can actually get paid. I'll catch you tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next one.